Alright. I have one more day on this early lake. And then I'll get into some better stuff. What kind of... I probably should have looked at this before I got in here. So it's gonna be an okay day for it. For the early fishing. Gonna be kind of hard to see you. And the light doesn't help at all. Gotcha. That one looks good to me. I don't really care too much about this line. I would like to run it down all that it can go. To be honest with you, I'm not going to change it just yet. I think it'll make it through this day. Get a good lift and drop going on. Maybe a little bit of stop and go. Slow it down a little bit. And we got this one snagged. Seems like it's probably a walleye. That or northern. It's a walleye. Pretty good one to start out with. Excuse me. I want to toss you a little bit more out that way. And lift this up. Ah, I see it, don't worry. To lift my armrest up to take a little bit more pressure off my wrist. Try to have that accounted for at all times. Second fish is a trophy. What do you know? Swap these out here. What have you? Uh, please start fighting and show that you're much larger. No, it's a pike. I see the other one. What kind of pike? A grass? That's not the worst. I'm not complaining. Early. This one seems to be catching constant good ones anyway. You're another trophy? No. You looked a lot fatter than you were. Which I don't know if that's supposed to be a compliment or not. But it's the truth, so if this one doesn't start catching something soon, I may switch it over to a glowworm or something. Here's something. It's a. Are you another grass? Yeah. Fine. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna switch you over. Something like a 1-aught, and then the glowing worm. Maybe then it'll start catching some walleye. They don't want to be full of pickerel, you know? Another one. Another fairly large one too. You simply love to see it. I would love to get a third of this keep net full. By the first like hour and a half of the day. That's a conceivable pace. I feel like anyway. But I've never seen this like so incredibly foggy. Are you move. Did I catch you doing a move? Curious. Right, come on guys. Bite it, don't be shy. Push to another button here when I'm just doing stop and go. Just in case you can hear the little mouse clicks through the pop filter. There we go. Good snag. Redfin. Trophy redfin, even. Nope. Ah. Another. Another catch on the match. It's a big boy. Relatively big anyway. Give me more trophy walleye. Thank you. So I was watching some I was watching a video, god damn, on a little camera that someone had attached to their fishing line somehow. I think it's probably like a really really small camera, maybe around the size of a sinker. Like very expensive technology. They had it on there and they were showing like catching pike. Those things are a little like natural torpedoes. It's crazy the way that they bite at things. And then, so they look really extremely menacing when they're just swimming through the water, right? And then it's kind of funny and kind of a little bit sad when, of course, you never see it that not entirely from it, but like that close to the fish's perspective, like because they would be closer to the camera than I am now, and they look so derpy whenever they're hooked and you reel them in. It's like, and I'm sure they are actually in shock, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it looks like they have a human expression of shock on their face the entire time that they're being reeled in. And I don't know, it's a pretty cool watch. Still, man, I really want to be able to go real fishing sometime within the next couple of years. Like on the Tennessee River or something. I'm sure they have some good places somewhere down through it. And then once I get my stuff, my plans going that I have, well, that my friend has in the works right now, I would love to someday go out to like the Rockies and maybe the Everglades and do some higher order fishing, like for some salmon or something. Oh, I did get in by the first hour and a half. Let's go. Some salmon, some gar, some big catfish, you know. Some stuff like that. For the of course I think most people that do it well I mean not most, but probably at least half, a good portion of the people that do it, like many places and stuff like that, that aren't just going to tournaments, probably also want to. I want to like. I want to taste what a bunch of different kind of fish tastes like. You know, like fresh. It's been a long time since I've had super fresh fish. From my recollection, which could be off nowadays with how much my body has changed, of course, but from my recollection, it tastes a lot different than fish you get at a store, which fish you can get at a store is my favorite type of meat. But what I remember of eating fresh fish was even better. But like that was whenever I was a little kid. And of course, it depends on the location and the diet of that fish. Like, I'm sure if you tried to eat one that came from a lake around a nuclear plant, it might not taste better than storefish. But from a natural little lake up in the Rockies, those fish are probably delectable. Fog's clearing out finally. Also, like way over here. See what that does. Give that corner over there a bit of a relax from throwing three things at it. Again, I don't know if that matters at all. But it wouldn't in real life, and this has almost everything that you can think about that is a part of real life fishing. Other than getting lines tangled and getting hook snagged absolutely everywhere. If you're just reeling on the bottom. Because that would just make it too annoying to have a game out of it. Like there are Wii bots, but usually in a lake there's some kind of weed everywhere that if you're not like tugging on your rod, I'm sorry, um, they'll just get snagged like crazy. So already almost halfway done with this net. 2 hours into this day. Now the rest of the day is on this lake. It has slowed down whenever it got around 20 kilograms. Hopefully that won't happen this time. I can just get off this lake and have a bit more exciting stuff going on. I want to go to a new place if I can. You know what? Toss me over here. I don't care if I get a pike as long as it's not young. Wouldn't mind getting anything either. Hang on a second. Is that? No. Oops. Sounded a little bit like it could have been raining slightly out there. I don't know if it's wind or what. Oh, one this close, huh? And it's a walleye. Very nice. I'm gonna move you around just a little bit. Pull you in. So yeah, there are walleye just around here by the dock. And toss as much as I can right up into that rock area. My nose is running so much today. Probably because I was at, oh no. I was outside for the first time in a while. But it's also made it to where I can breathe through it more than I've been able to in at least a couple weeks. I just rather often find it hard to breathe through either of the natural avenues due to my not like super severe, but like slightly severe asthma, I guess. Because like it's usually just sort of mild, but it's not like there's usually a good like 4 month minimum interval in between, but every once in a while it will get bad for a little while. I'll have to use my inhaler for like a week. I'm doing my best to clear out my nose. Maybe getting around that level again right now, which makes sense because It started like, well, the first time it was an insane amount of heat around here. This year was in fucking February, which was crazy. But then after that, we got another cold front that lasted another couple of months, and then so it's only been warm here for or like it never got like warm. It just went straight from that to insane levels of heat. But it's only been that for a little while, so all of the all of the plants are still kind of in there really bad for asthma and allergies phase. Of course, being in the city changes a lot of stuff like that. I mean, it's been wonky just in this area anyway, but that city ecosystems that it changes climate rather significantly as well. So I'm just a little sniffly. Any more close to the dock that want a little taste of a radioactive worm? Hmm. Let me try this grub for just a second. Right. Also, move that over here. I have to remember that for this game. Did I have the whole entire first stream with that over there covering the presentation? That's okay. That tends to be how I roll. I make some not the worst, but some pretty sizable errors early into things and then figure them out. Another one so quickly. You feel like you might be a pike or a small walleye. Let's see when you get a little bit closer to the surface. You're a walleye. It's okay. You aren't even the smallest one that I've gotten. The smallest that I got was on that worm. Really? Too much. Here, I'll toss that worm out again. And I'm gonna set that over. It's not working too well with this. Unplug it. Or leave it alone. Hi there. Hi there, Pepper. He heard his mama. Sorry, I meant to mute for all of that. I just forgot to press the button. pull you in a little bit more. Toss this worm out. The worm was doing better than anything. Five more hours until not for the stream, but until something that I'm waiting on happens. Ah, you guys are not supposed to be biting this rod way out there. Alright. And you were just a waste of the minnow. Yeah, just under 2 hours left for the stream. Okay. You are bigger. Just don't be a pike. You a Sagar? Yeah, buddy. Oh, I didn't. Okay. Want to see what it was around. Oh, hello. My name is Raikou. I didn't see you there. And I don't. Well, I don't think I look cool. Why do you think I look cool? But I'm just doing my thing. Sorry, I was in the fishing zone. Well, thank you. Um, I've had. Well, I started having this sort of haircut, trying to get it off of the headphones. Um, Whenever I was like 18 or so. I'm 23 now. I've had it all sorts of different ones since, like bald and short and long all the way through, but this is the one that I like best. Until recently, I had a I had a huge bushy beard, and then it just started getting way out of control because I had a little bit of a both of them at the exact same time. Really had a little bit of a breakdown when the stuff started, and then didn't really do anything for a long time except for play this game and watch Twitch. But then I cleaned up, and this piercing, I don't know if you know, but it's called a talon. It's like shaped like a bird's talon. I've wanted one of these since I was like 12. No, I was just about to come back to you because because of David Draymond of Disturbed, and then in 2016 I went to the Louder Than Life concert in Louisville, Kentucky, and Disturbed was there, and I was able to get into the front row for that, and they were playing Stupefy, and they were doing the bridge where he sings Hebrew, and out of the over 10,000 crowd that was there, there were maybe like 10 people that I could see that were singing along to that, either because the other person didn't know the words or just, just didn't feel like it. But so I was in the front row singing along to that, the Hebrew portion, and he sees me doing that, and he gives me some devil horns, and then he sees the thing that I have in, and he points to his. To like, without words, be like, "You get yours because me," and I just nodded, and he gave me another set of horns, and it was one of the best moments of my entire life. I was like, I got to crowd surf for Anthrax at that show and touch their bus. Why did you come from the sky? Also, on the way back from that show, my best friend and I stopped at White Castle to eat there for the first time because we'd always wanted to do that because I both love Crystal at the time. I've since fallen out of love with Crystal, but and we had always heard that White Castle was better because Crystal ripped them off. So we stopped at one of those, and we talked to this homeless dude that was getting some food there, and we talked to him for like 45 minutes or so. No, this was in Kentucky. This was the show was in Louisville, Kentucky, and I don't remember if that White Castle was in Louisville or in some other city in Kentucky before we left it, but we stopped there on the way out of it. Talked to this homeless dude for like 45 minutes, and he liked that we were so nice. People from out of state just stopping for some food, and we were like, because I mean, we didn't get into too deep of topics, but we talked to this dude about life and the show that we went to, and um, all kinds of stuff that we were into and stuff. And he just liked that we took that time out of our day, and so he gave us a joint to have on the way home, and it was pretty awesome stuff. It was just all around that was a pretty dope trip. The thing that really made it the whole entire experience what it was though was that one of my mother's friends lived or had a house at the very least in Louisville, Kentucky, like 2 blocks away from the park that was at, and they do some. They're like the administrator of some construction business, and they were out of state for that week. That it was the show was 2 days, so they let us stay at their house for those 2 nights, and they had a pretty well stocked bar in their living room. It was a fun time.